Hello, what is up guys? EvilDoUsHarm here today, back with another Blade and Soul video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the best items to buy with your Golden Harvest dinners here, your harvest dinners that you're getting during the Golden Harvest event. If you're a new player, this is an awesome event for progressing your character, and as an experienced player or a player that's a bit further down the line, still got some great items to pick up. Real quick before we get into the items and what you should be picking up, if you're new to the channel, new to Blade and Soul, or enjoying the content on the channel, please consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me and help to grow the channel. Without further ado, let's get into it and let's start taking a look at the items. So the very first item that you can redeem from this event is the Gilded Lily, and if you like this costume, I would highly recommend picking it up. The Gilded Lily is a pretty cool costume on females. On males, it's a bit lackluster, but I guess if you like the style of the outfit, definitely something you want to pick up. Now, as far as the big ticket item, the thing that was advertised very heavily in this event, the Golden Nebula Stone, it ends up not really being worth your time to go ahead and pick up. The reason for that, let's say we take a look at this Thunder Talisman Stage 1, right? If we use 2 of these Golden Nebula Stones, it only reduces the cost very insignificant amount. You're taking 1 pet pack off, 1 transformation stone, and a couple of materials, but you're adding in some black stones, or onyx scales rather. So this really isn't much of a cost reduction at all. It's not worth wasting your harvest dinners on, so I would highly recommend staying away from the Nebula Stone upgrade item. So unless you have nothing else to spend your money on, avoid the Golden Nebula Stone. It really isn't worth the amount of time you're spending to get these harvest dinners. Now, if we start scrolling through the different items that you can pick up, this is where it's really targeted towards a new player. The Skybreak Ring and Earring, yes, you can farm them at Moon Refuge. Yes, they're pretty easy to pick up in any Skybreak Spire raid, but if you're having difficulty getting into raids or can never get into parties and it's something you complain about, easy way to pick it up is right here. In addition to the Skybreak accessories, we have the Elevation Necklace, Sandstorm Bracelet, Horizon Belt, King's Gloves. Basically, you can get all of your Legendary Tier accessories, or the majority of your Legendary Tier accessories, from this event just by running the event itself. You have more than enough currency to pick up all of these as a new player if you're running it every single day. Now, one item that you want to make sure to pick up as a new player, regardless, if you can't buy anything else on this list, you want to make sure you get your Arantu or Dynasty Mystic Badge, or in a perfect world, pick them both up so that way you can flip between builds whenever you want, depending on which one you like better on the given day. These items are very difficult for a completely new player to pick up, and even more experienced players a little bit along their way in the Blade and Soul journey might not have these yet, so definitely something you want to pick up. In fact, priority list, I would say pick those up first before you did anything else on this list if you don't have them already. You also have the Fallen Soul Shields available to you, so if you don't want to farm Moon Refuge, which I would still recommend doing over using them on this scenario here, I would highly recommend Moon Refuge over this, but if you don't want to do Moon Refuge, you can pick up the Fallen Soul Shields pieces here as well. We then have upgrade materials, so if you're like one thing short of upgrading to the next tier of your weapon or next tier of anything, consider spending it here, otherwise they're kind of not worth the amount of money you have to spend or the amount of harvest dinners you have to spend, so I would stay away from these unless you're like one away and you just want to get it over with. It's not worth spending tons of these to go ahead and upgrade. The item that I would highly prioritize for any player after you've already gotten your Arantu badge and if you've decided you want the accessories or not, if you have anything left over, I would highly prioritize this Octagonal Gem Selection Chest. This is because Hung Moon Octagonal Gems are incredibly difficult to come by in this game. There are a ton of harvest dinners available from this event if you're running it every single day, so you should be able to get a few of these Hung Moon Octagonal Gems. Definitely something you want to pick up. Continuing further down the list, we have Reputation Charms, which the Reputation system, you're going to get the Reputation just from playing every day. Not entirely worth wasting your harvest dinners on that. Legendary Gem Hammers are cool if you don't have all of your gem slots unlocked like I don't on this character, but also keep in mind that the Gem Hammers do have a chance to drop from Daily Dash, and additionally, there are usually events that come out where they're like a drop just straight up from running it, like you can get a Gem Hammer as a drop. So not a high priority, but if you're once again a few Gem Hammers away from being able to get that upgrade and add another slot to your weapon, definitely something to consider. Although you shouldn't have this problem because you already watched my video on how to get 8 gem slots on your weapon before you even start playing the game, right? You did that, right? No? Yeah, nobody watches my videos. EXP charms generally aren't worth it. No, EXP Hung Moon level really doesn't have too much of an impact after a certain point, so not the greatest expenditure of your harvest dinners. And fortune potions are kind of just the bait there to make you waste your money, so don't even look at those. In fact, the list ends like right here. That's it. That's as far down as the list goes. Just don't look at that. That's not there. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for the items in this. So just to give you a little quick tier list, run it down one more time for you. The Gilded Lily costume, if you like it, make sure to pick it up from the event. You never know if it's going to get added back into this Admiral's New Clothes selection chest later or if it'll ever be run again, so if you like it, make sure to get it. The Golden Nebula Stones, absolute garbage. Do not pick these up, a waste of time and money. As a new player, make sure to be picking up your Arantu Mystic Badge or Dynasty Mystic Badge chests, or both if you don't know which one you want to play yet. You can't go wrong with that decision. because once again, we don't know if they're going to offer this as a thing going forward, if it's always going to be here. So you want to make sure that you have both just in case you want to switch specs later down on the line. The accessories are nice to pick up, but you can farm all of these from Moon Refuge. So if you want them a little bit faster, you can do it via the event, or you can save these up and purchase things like Octagonal Gem Chest, because the Octagonal Gem Chest is one of the only ways for a new player or a free-to-play player to pick up Octagonal Gems. So definitely something to prioritize on the list. The upgrade materials, not really worth it unless you're 1 or 2 away. Once again, kind of a waste of these harvest dinners. Most of the stuff on this lower tier, not really worth it. Legendary gem hammers, once again, if you're like 1 or 2 away from being able to open up another slot. And then I didn't even touch on the sacred vials or pet packs. These are really more targeted towards endgame players. As an endgame player, you already know this. I don't really need to mention it. But you need your sacred vials for your later soul stage upgrades, pet packs for your later pet upgrades. So definitely something that as a far on high geared player, this is about going to be what you're spending money on, since you don't really need the gems, don't really need these lower tier accessories. But you knew that already, so I didn't need to tell you. Anyway, guys, if you did like this video, if it did help you to decide what you want to pick up from the event, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below if you think I'm wrong, and once again, make sure you're subscribed so you stay updated when new content comes to the channel. Put on that notifications enabled, all that good stuff, so you get notified. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next stream, video, or wherever I happen to see you. Peace.